2 cents on. The problem we have is you guys are no longer objective. See, when you look at Joe Biden, you ignore his 50-year history, the desegregation of schools, 1994 crime bill, crack pipe for inequality, all the racist things he said. He lied about what he did with the civil rights movement, lied about his relationship with Nelson Mandela, lied about his wife's death, lied about his son's death, lied about his schools, his scholarships, his class rank. He's been caught plagiarizing, had to drop out of an election because of plagiarism. You're ignoring what the FBI is telling us about him being the big guy, his business dealings and receiving millions overseas, Hunter's laptop, the diary. You ignore the fact his DOJ has been weaponized and they went after the First Amendment by paying social media companies to censor free speech. For the first time in history, we raided the home of a president over classified documents, which he's allowed to have, which he can declassify. We're in a secured location with top secret detail and security. And according to the Presidential Records Act, any dispute with the archives office is to be settled in civil court, and it's not criminal. But yet we ignore Joe, we ignore Pence, and we ignore Hillary Clinton, who never should have had classified documents and emailed them and didn't have them in secured locations. But you're no longer objective. Neither is our media. But when it comes to Trump, you say he's a tax cheat, then you, for the first time ever, released the taxes of Donald Trump, which showed he didn't do anything wrong. You went after him for Russia collusion, which was all bought and paid for by the Democrats with a fake dossier, which was then presented to a FISA court illegally to spy on a candidate and a former president. Then we wasted 4 or 5 years worth of investigation, millions upon millions of dollars, to find out that they knew all the way back in 2016 that nothing happened, yet Adam Schiff never got in trouble for lying and saying all the evidence they had. Then you had quid pro quo. When Donald Trump released the transcripts, doesn't matter. Adam Schiff read a fake transcript on the congressional floor to make up his own narrative, was never held accountable. You have the case in New York in which they literally changed the law to be able to indict Donald Trump because the statute of limitations was up and they made up additional charges when the Federal Election Commission and the previous DA said there were no issues. It's a clerical thing and it was done properly. But now he can come in and charge him with a felony. Then you have the January 6th indictment in which they literally lied on the indictment and put a quote on there that Donald Trump, in fact, didn't say, which could lead to them being indicted. Then you have the political speech indictment. So now you're not allowed to have political speech, even though it's constitutionally protected and not criminal. And yet you guys are so objective, you ignore 2016 election, you ignore Russia collusion and all the investigations, all based on the denial of an election, calling him an illegitimate president. How about Stacey Abrams' election? How about Al Gore's election? How about all the other elections that you guys challenge? But yet it's only criminal if Donald Trump does it, because there's no more objectivity and our media is corrupt and they will feed you information that is one-sided.